So today, we're talking all about healthy meal prep ideas for busy people. Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you are just so busy and you have time to cook? Maybe you forget to eat, or you grab something quick from the drive-thru. That really is the best for your body. Well, I got some ideas to share with you today of how to meal prep even when you are super busy. But before we get into it, I want to hear from you. What do you like to meal prep? So leave down in the comments below what your favorite thing to meal prep is. And if you're new here, hi, I'm a health coach who believes that you can heal your body naturally. You want to tap into that healing power that is inside of you. All right, let's dive right in. Now, one of my favorite things to meal prep has got to be overnight oats. It's so easy to make, and you can make a big batch of it, so you have it ready to go throughout the week. With overnight oats, you're going to mix rolled oats with milk, any type of milk that you like. You could use almond milk, you could use dairy milk. I typically will use raw milk if I have access to that. Otherwise, I will use unsweetened coconut milk. And you're going to combine that in a jar, and then you're going to add chia seeds, a tablespoon or two of chia seeds, a little bit of vanilla extract, and then you could sweeten it up with maple syrup, or you can use stevia. If you prefer something a little more savory, you can add in some nutritional yeast and maybe a dash of turmeric. Now just combine everything together, and you just leave it overnight, and in the morning you have breakfast. Now you can top it with fresh berries, or you can blend it all together. But I like to keep mine in a jar and then just add different toppings every single morning. So I might add some berries, I might add some sliced almonds or chopped walnuts. You could even add in some shredded coconut. There's lots of different ways that you can jazz up overnight oats. I've done a whole video on overnight oats, so make sure to check that out if you're looking for some more inspo. Another one of my favorites is Buddha bowls. They stay good in the fridge for several days, and you can pretty much prep all of the ingredients separately and then just assemble them together when you're ready to eat them. So one of my favorite Buddha bowl recipes that I like to do is I'll roast some sweet potatoes with olive oil and sea salt. Then I'll roast some broccoli and cauliflower. I like to add these two vegetables in because they both have sulforaphane, helps to support your body's detoxification pathways. So that's a nice addition to any Buddha bowl. Then you could add in some black beans or chickpeas, or even some lentils. And then for the protein source, you can add in grilled chicken, shrimp, or tofu. And then for the sauce, I typically like to do a lemon tahini dressing. Lemon tahini dressing is so good. It's creamy, it's got a lot of flavor, and it's really easy to make. Just combine tahini with lemon juice, garlic, soy sauce or tamari, and toasted sesame oil, and you have a delicious dressing. That goes well with Buddha bowls. And then you could top it off with some sliced almonds or pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds. Again, there's lots of different ways that you can jazz up Buddha bowls. So I have another video that talks all about Buddha bowls, so make sure to check that out too. Okay, another one of my favorite go-tos is soup. I love making a big batch of soup at the beginning of the week, and then I have it ready to go for lunches throughout the week. Soups are also great to have on hand if you're feeling under the weather. They're easy to digest, and they're typically very nourishing. I have a ton of different soup recipes on my channel, so I'll link some of those down below. One of my favorite soups that I like to make is a tomato basil soup. It's really simple to make. All you need are ripe tomatoes, vegetable broth, a little bit of onion and garlic, and fresh basil. Just combine everything in a pot and then blend it together, and you have a beautiful, nourishing tomato soup. Okay, another one of my favorite meal preps has got to be salads. Salads are a great way to get a lot of nutrients in in a short amount of time. They're perfect for lunch, and they're also really easy to transport. I love making a big salad at the beginning of the week and then having it throughout the week for lunch. When making salads, I like to add in lots of different vegetables. So I'll typically add in lettuce or spinach, cucumbers, carrots, bell peppers, red onions, and then I'll add in some sort of protein. So sometimes I'll add in grilled chicken. Other times I'll add in hard-boiled eggs or tofu. And then I like to add in some sort of healthy fat. So that could be avocado, it could be nuts, or it could be seeds. And then for the dressing, I typically like to do a lemon vinaigrette or a poppy seed dressing. Poppy seed dressing is one of my favorite dressings of all time. It's so good. And if you're looking for a recipe for poppy seed dressing, I'll link that down below. All right, another one of my favorite go-tos is sheet pan chicken and vegetables. Sheet pan meals are so easy to make. They require minimal cleanup and they're really versatile. With sheet pan, chicken, and vegetables, you just take your favorite vegetables, toss them in olive oil and sea salt, and then you place the vegetables on a sheet pan. And then you place sliced chicken breast on top of the vegetables, and then you bake it all together until the chicken is cooked through. I like to use organic, antibiotic-free chicken breasts. If you're looking for a side dish to go along with your sheet pan chicken and vegetables, you can also add sweet potatoes or regular potatoes on the sheet pan. If you're vegan, you can also swap the chicken out for tofu, and you have a delicious sheet pan meal. Okay, another one of my favorite meal preps is chili. Chili is so hearty and filling, and it's perfect for a cold winter night. Plus, it's really easy to make, and it lasts well in the fridge. I love making a big pot of chili at the beginning of the week and then having it throughout the week for dinner. And I have a ton of different chili recipes on my channel, so I'll link some of those down below. One of my favorite chilies that I like to make is a white chicken chili. White chicken chili is made with chicken, white beans, corn, and a green chili sauce. It's so flavorful, and it's definitely a crowd pleaser. All right. Another one of my favorite meal preps is fajitas. Fajitas are so fun to make, and they're really easy to customize to your liking. With fajitas, you can use chicken, steak, or shrimp, and then you can serve them with tortillas, lettuce wraps, or even zucchini noodles. I love making a big batch of fajitas at the beginning of the week and then having them throughout the week for dinner. And fajitas are also really fun to make with your family. Everyone can customize their fajitas to their own liking. All right, another one of my favorite go-tos is salmon and roasted vegetables. Salmon is such a nutritious fish. It's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, and it's a great source of protein. Roasted vegetables are also really easy to make, and they are a great way to add nutrients to your meal. To make salmon and roasted vegetables, you just take your favorite vegetables, toss them in olive oil and sea salt, and then you place them on a sheet pan. Then you place salmon fillets on top of the vegetables, and then you bake it all together until the salmon is cooked through. And then lastly, another one of my favorite go-tos has got to be tacos. Tacos are so fun to make, and they're really easy to customize to your liking. With tacos, you can use ground beef, ground turkey, or even shredded chicken. And then you can serve them with corn or flour tortillas. I love making a big batch of tacos at the beginning of the week and then having them throughout the week for dinner. Tacos are also really fun to make with your family. Everyone can customize their tacos to their own liking. All right, now that you have some ideas of healthy meals that you can prep, I want to talk about some tips for making meal prepping easier. First, I recommend that you set aside time each week to meal prep. This doesn't have to be a big time commitment. Even just setting aside 30 minutes each week can make a big difference. When you meal prep, I recommend that you start with the basics. This means cooking things like rice, quinoa, or couscous. You can also cook chicken breasts or tofu. And then from there, you can build your meals around those basics. I also recommend that you keep your meals simple. Don't try to make anything too complicated. Stick with recipes that have few ingredients and are easy to prepare. Another tip that I have for you is that you should get creative with leftovers. For example, you can use leftover chicken to make a salad or a sandwich. And finally, I recommend that you don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're feeling overwhelmed, ask a friend or family member to help you meal prep. You can also hire a personal chef if that's within your budget. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up also. I have a free guide that talks all about immune-boosting foods, so if you haven't already, make sure to grab that. It's linked down below. And then I also have a healthy diet reset. So if you're looking to reset your eating habits, you're looking to learn how to eat more healthy, then this reset might be for you. So make sure to check that out. I'll see you next time.